All right, so in this little video, what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you basically how to get the photos from your Google Drive onto Lightroom. Okay, if you haven't set up your folders yet, I will also show you how to do that. So the first thing we're going to do is that we're going to go into our folders down here. So I'm going to click here. And then on the left side, we can see a bunch of different things. So a lot of times it might look like this. If it just says this PC, if you click on that, that will also just open that up. So I'm going to click on the down triangle. I'm going to find the senior save drive. And then I'm going to find Nelson because this is my class. So this is year 24, 25. And what hour are you in? For this version, I'm just going to put hour 1, and I'm going to create a folder. So I'm going to right click. You can kind of right click anywhere. I'm going to hit new folder. We're going to last name Nelson, Jeff, Jeff. All right, I'm going to double click on that. And I'm going to make 2 new folders. So I'm going to right click, new folder. And this one's going to be called new photos. And one more folder, new folder. This is going to be called finished photos. So now what we want to do is we actually want to link them into our start menu. So I'm going to right click on the folder and it's going to say pin to start. Same thing here. Pin to start for both folders. And then on my window over here, my panel here, I'm going to do the same thing with my downloads folder. So I'm going to go right over my downloads folder and I'm going to right click, pin to start. So what that did is now if I go to my little start menu, I click there, I should be able to see all 3 folders. I'm going to move them down so they're, I don't know why that's being weird. Okay. So now they're all right next to each other. The reason why we want to do that is because it makes life way easier. So now if I want to get to my new photos, I can just click on that and it opens it up. Or my downloads, boom, and they're right here. Okay, and I'm going to show you how to get your photos from your Google Drive to your onto your computer. So I'm going to open up my Chrome. I'm going to hit plus, hopefully. I'm going to click on my Google Apps. I'm going to go to my Drive. Actually, and while I'm doing this, just to save some time, I'm also going to go open up Lightroom. Because last time I opened it up, it took forever. So we're going to open it up, and we'll just let that do its thing in the background. Of course, it's going to open fast this time. All right, sorry about that. Okay, so I have this open, and I already made a folder entitled Photo A on one earlier. So I'm going to find that. So Photo A. And if you're not sure how to make your folders in Google Drive, I have a video for that. So you can go back and check out that video. So I'm going to go to Photo A. Enter. Oh, and it brought me here. Let's try. Oh, we're going to folders. Let's see if we can find it this way. Try 3 Photo A. This is what I call this one. Photo uploads. That's what I made earlier. And these are the pictures that I've uploaded. So there's a couple different ways you can do it. So let's say I wanted to select more than one photo. If I click and drag, I can select them that way. The other way is that if I hold down Control, I can individually click photos and say, oh, those are the ones I want. So you can download a bunch of them all at the same time. The problem with that is if you download a bunch of them at the same time, then you end up having a zip file, and then that kind of creates its own problems, but we'll show that in a second. So for right now, because I'm only going to download 4 or 5 pictures, I'm going to download them individually. So I'm going to click on the 3 little dots next to the picture, And yours might look different. And you're like, I don't see any pictures. And that's okay. So if we go to this little hamburger up here, so yours might look like this, but I want to look at it as a grid layout. So actually I'm going to go over here and look at them that way. So I'm going to click on my three little dots and I'm going to hit download. Let's do this one, download, and download. All right. So that's what it's like if I download them individually. Let's say I want to download a bunch at the same time. I'm going to go on them. I'm going to highlight all three of them. I'm going to hit download. And then you'll see it actually creates a zip file. We'll talk about that in a second. You can see it's a lot slower if you do it that way. But if you're doing a whole bunch of photos, it could be faster. Yep, apparently. All right, so let's go check out our folders. So cool, so we downloaded them. So now we're gonna go over to our start menu. We're gonna go here, because I set it up, I can now go check out new photos. I'm gonna bring that off to the side. And I'm gonna go to downloads. All right, so you can see here, I like having it where there's two different folders. I just think it's way easier. Once again, if yours looks a little different, it's because you have to change how you view it. So yours might look like a list. And you're like, I don't know what each picture is. I'm gonna switch it to large icon or extra large. That way I can actually see what I'm doing here. So I'm gonna select these three. And actually this one, I'm gonna bring those and I'm just gonna have to drag them and drop them into my new folder. That's why it's really easy if you have two open. If you did do a zip, if I double click that file, I go to File Explorer, and then it brings them to here, and then I can select them, and then I can drag them over. All right, so it's just another step. It's not a huge deal. All right, so now let's open up Lightroom Classic. So you can see I already opened it up. I'm gonna go here, and if we look at this, it says no photos in previous import. So that means I have no photos in here yet. We have library, develop, map, book, slideshow, print, and web. Not pretty much the only thing we're ever going to use in here is library and develop, maybe print every once in a while, but it's going to be pretty rare. And so I'm going to click on library, and I'm actually just going to go full screen, maybe. And then on the left side, we have import. This is how I'm going to bring my photos in. If you look on the side here, right, these are the same drives that we were looking at earlier. So we have our Windows, I, Save Drive, and U. So we're going to go to the Save Drive. We're going to, because I've already done this once, mine's going to look a little different. So let's close these up so it'll look the same as yours. So this is what it should look like when you hit the J drive or the Save Drive. So if I scroll down, I'll see Nelson. I'm going to open that up. It's 24:25. I put mine in first hour, so I'm going to go there. I'm going to go down, Nelson, and I put them in new photos because they're not edited yet, right? So they're not in finished photos, they're in new photos. So I think I'm gonna not bring this one in today. And so I'm actually gonna uncheck all, and then I'm only gonna check the ones I actually want to bring into the program. If you have a bunch that are kind of similar, one thing that's kind of nice is I can actually look at them at a bigger view. So if I click on loop view at the bottom, then I can go through them this way, and I can just click left and right, and it'll show me the different photos. And I'm going through, I'm like, you know what, I do want to include that. So I'm going to click. I can see now they're all selected, they're all clicked, I've checked, and I'm going to hit import. There you go. And so I hit, now we're ready to start editing. So I can go into develop, and that's a whole nother video, and a whole nother set of things. So hopefully this helps. Hopefully this makes sense. If you get lost, you know, if I'm here, definitely I'm here to help. Otherwise, you know, ask the folks around you as well. Or you can always go back and watch some other parts of the video. All right.